one another thing that I remember, one of the first things that we've done like together um, after we met is I've done a video for Surfer SEO launching the NLP, and I did a video in Spanish. And I know that you guys are putting a lot of emphasis with the tool having the NLP. Would you like to tell us a little bit about this? What is NLP and why it's so important?
So you have a BERT update, right? And it's all about understanding words better in general. I will keep it simple.
Mm-hmm.
And basically it's strongly connected to a tool that Google built that analyze the content and analyze meaning of the words. And we basically are using the same tool to recognize which words are meaningful for the content. And that's what NLP is doing at Surfer. So when we fetch the content from the pages that are ranking in the top 10, we pass the content to the Google NLP API, and Google NLP API bring us words and phrases, so-called entities, that are the most meaningful to the content, and that's it basically. So Google tells us which words are crucial to the topic. And that's why it is so important, because we use the same tool as they use to understand it, so we can kind of rely on it. So that's the NLP really, and we are a bit not every single language is covered with
Right.
the NLP API. As we know, BERT is not rolled completely all over the world. So some countries are not covered, like for example, Poland. We don't have access to NLP analysis for Polish, but for Spanish, it's available. And you mentioned the video in Spanish. I have to tell you that it was really a big moment for us having it done, because since then, we have a massive amount of Spanish folks tweeting, writing, sharing, recording, everything about the keyword surfer, about the tool in general, but mostly about the keyword surfer extension, but mostly about the extension. But really, since you recorded this video, and I think one other guy in Spanish did it as well, I'm telling you that there's at least 20 influencers, 20 Spanish influencers speaking loud surfer.
Nice.
Really,
Really nice. I'm glad I could help. Um, you mentioned entities in there as well, Michael. For those that are not very deep into SEO, what entity means and how that can help us when we do our SEO.
so the entity is a word or a phrase that Google highlighted in the content as a meaningful phrase. So that's the entity. And for example, for the phrase SEO services, content marketing may be the entity, or SEO audit or SEO tools, they will be the entities. Or for example, John Miller can be an entity, since he is a person recognizable, and if you use it, Google will, they will find it. So those are the entities, and words like I don't know, where, I don't know, like those that are really meaningless, that are part of speaking but not really bringing a value, they are excluded by the NLP API. They are put really down on the list of meaningful words. So if you take the top part of the entities, they will be the most important words and phrases that really should appear to to make the content comprehensive, to cover the whole topic. So that's it. You
Does it
use
matter?
those entities.
Yeah, sorry.
Go ahead.
No, I wanted to ask, does it make any difference where you add those entities in your content, or it doesn't matter as long as you mention them?
Can you rephrase the question?
So let's say you have you do your content analysis, and you find out that you need to add these 10 entities. John Miller, like you're saying, John Mueller, Mad Cats, or whatever, a few of these guys. Does it make any difference where in your content you're gonna add the entities?
So that's a great place for the proper testing. But in general, there are areas, signal areas in SEO, and we all know them. They are meta title, for example, meta description, H1, H2, H3, image alt, above the fold section, like the footer, somewhere in the text. Those are the signal areas. And if your entity is your keyword, or is a part of your keyword, or is you feel like it's really important, or it's really high on the list of the entities, you put it in the more prominent places, and that will be the solution.
That will be more helpful.
Utilizing, yes, exactly.
Sweet.
I will put them in prominent places.
Very, very interesting.